Move this up a little bit. There we go. What up, what up? What's up, Pat? We got to run to Jackson, where I dropped off some diesel tanks that I bought from auction and had to get them repaired because these ones had damages on the welds. I got to run by the bank first to pick up some cash, which, speaking of, I need my wallet. So let me go in here and grab my wallet. Glad I remembered that. What's up, guys? Let me run in the house real quick, grab my wallet. Alright, what's up? Alright, we have to go pick up some tanks, which I don't have a trailer with me right now, so I don't think I can fit them all. I know I can't fit them all in my bed of my truck right now, but I can get a handful of them. So I gotta pay because I got them all fixed, so I owe them like 500 bucks for getting them fixed, and then we can get them sold, get some money back in the bank. But I left them there like a month ago, kind of forgot about them. I called today to check on them. They said they've been ready for like 2 weeks, so we're gonna run and pick them up, or at least half of them for now, and then I'll go back and get the other half probably on Monday or maybe later today. What's up, John? But all right, this was my plan for 2020 financially. I told y'all, no debt. First of all, no, we're not incurring any new debt. So no financing shit, no going out and buying a 2020 Super Duty like of course y'all know I want, but I'm not doing it. I've been making financial decisions for myself the past 8 years that me and Christina have been together. Hadn't worked out well. I make financial decisions of a 6-year-old. You know, when you give your kid some money for doing some chores or something, and he just wants to go and spend it right away, and it's usually you give him like 10 bucks, and he wants a $100 RC car, and he ain't got $100, and if he had a choice to go to the bank and borrow $90, then he would go do it without question. But I'm allowing Christina to make all the financial decisions for 2020. So we are, I told her, we've got about $30,000 put away right now. Just a roundabout number. Now, we don't want to spend it all on a vehicle, of course. You know, we're trying to be smarter about money. We don't want to be in a bind at any given time. We've been in a bind to where we're like, hey, we got to hustle to pay bills for next month. We don't want to do that anymore. We're trying to tighten up. So we're gonna budget about 20 grand, and we're going to build a Jeep. We're going to make it, we're going to do a full budget build, do it in episodes. We're going to start with something that's clean, something that's stock, that hadn't been modified, and we're going to do all the work ourselves. I'm not subbing any of it out, besides maybe some welding and shit, because we're going to have to get a cage put in, and the suspension components are going to have to be welded in. So I'll sub out some of that to my buddy that owns White Rhino Fabrication. But we're gonna budget shop. You know, of course we'll buy new wheels and tires and stuff, but I'm gonna shop around for axles. We're gonna do 3/4 ton axles in there out of an F250. We're gonna put lockers in there. Probably some King coilovers or something of the sort, and an Atlas transfer case. And I'm on the fence of either doing a Hemi swap or an LS swap. You know, the Hemi swap's cool and everything just because it goes along with the brand, but I mean, LS is the way to go, to tell you, man. A cammed LS 6.0 in there, LQ9, out of like a Chevy or GMC 2500 is the way to go. I mean, you can't beat that. They're cheap to buy. The 6.0s, the LQ9s are cheap to buy. They can take a hell of a beating. You put a cam in them, they sound amazing. You really can't beat it. And then I'm not sure what kind of transmission we're going to put behind it to keep it daily drivable. When are we starting this build? This month. So we're going to find the right Jeep that we want this month. So we're still, I love the 4-door Jeeps. I've had 5 of them in a row. I've had 4 of the JKU Rubicons and 1 of the JLU Rubicons, the new one. I love the fucking 4-doors, man. They're way more user-friendly. They're better for hauling family gear. They tow trailers better. And I took it to Moab and rode with a bunch of 2-door Jeeps in my last Rubicon. I took it to Moab on 40s with no lift at all. We just cut the hell out of the fenders, threw a set of 40s on, and went straight to Moab and wheeled it for a week straight and had a blast. The longer wheelbase helped me way more than it hurt me. Yeah, there were times in tight corners I had to do a 3-point turn that a 2-door didn't have to. But as far as approach and departure and getting my front wheels over an obstacle without being too off center, the longer wheelbase was the way to go, man. Why do y'all think people with 2-doors stretch their rear axle or even stretch the front axle? The longer wheelbase helps a ton. But I'm not new to Jeeps. I've had probably 15 or so since high school. I've had a lot of Jeeps, from XJs, TJs, YJs, ZJs, WJ. I've had a bunch of JKs. I've had 1 JL. I'm not new to Jeeps. I hate Jeep people. I hate to say it, but I can't fucking stand Jeep people. They feel like they're special or better than somebody else just because they drive a Jeep. I don't understand. They're not more expensive than other. It's not like you have some elite vehicle that the normal peasant can't attain. It's the same price as a fucking Ford Explorer or something. I mean, it's not like your next level in life, but they feel like they're better than other people, I think. And why do you wave? What the fuck is that? Why do you wave at another person because y'all own a similar vehicle? It's the gayest thing I've ever seen. And if you don't wave, oh Lord, Jesus Christ. Like, oh man. If you don't wave, you might as well. It's so silly, man. It's so silly. But and then, you know, every time you see them parking together, they always got to put one tire on top of the other, like doing their little parking lot poses. We get it, man. It's a Jeep. It's got a little bit more travel than other vehicles. But don't be fucking gay. Like, don't do that. Like, that's why I've been to a few of the Jeep meets, the local ones here, when I had Jeeps, and they're just, oh my God, bro, tell me about this and that, and oh my God, you got this bolt-on thing? Man, are you a mall crawler or not, man? Because a mall crawler can't hang with us. Man, shut up, man. Like, you drive your Jeep on the road, it's a daily driver to most people. Just because you got a few pictures where you went rock crawling one weekend in Arkansas, and now you're a rock crawler? Like, oh Lord. I can go on and on about Jeep people. It's funny. But, God, they're so annoying. But I love Jeeps. Gary, yes, you have to wave. Gary's got a badass Jeep. Gary's is the epitome of a mall crawler, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand what the big deal is. Not everybody wants to beat the fuck out of their Jeep. Like, some people just like having a Jeep. Some people like being able to take the top and the doors off to be driving one. You don't have to go off-road to enjoy a Jeep. Like, come on, man. What's up, Eddie? I've had both. I've had dedicated, all of mine have been daily drivable. I haven't had any dedicated rock rigs or off-road rigs. All of mine have been capable of on-road driving and off-road. But I have had some that were geared more towards one or the other. My last JK Rubicon was on 40s and beadlocks. I built that specifically to take it straight to Moab. We took it the day after we put wheels and tires on. We took it straight to Moab and beat the hell out of it for a week. Had a blast. And I've also built, now it still looked good too. It wasn't ugly. But I have built, a Jeep, a Rubicon with American forces on it and a 6-inch lift, and still had some toy OMTs, but I built it just to look good. I never took that Jeep off-road. I could have, just because it's got flashy wheels on it. Why do you, Dylan, yes, I want to get in touch with you. Send me a message on Instagram. We're going to do that probably in a month. I'd say first week of March. Let's schedule it. That's before the baby comes. I can't wait until the baby's getting here. But I want to schedule a Moab trip for sure. So let's get that on the books. And anybody else that wants to go, man, I'm telling you, Moab, there's a place called the Lazy Lizard. Look it up. It's awesome. It's like a bunch of hippies, pot smokers, people that are just fucking crazy and shit, living in this little community. They got it where you can just rent rooms. It's like a boarding house type thing, but they also have little cabins there. The cabins have like 2 bunk beds, 4 beds, an AC unit, and that's it. And then they have a common like shower house that everybody shares, and then they got a common kitchen area, a whole bunch of outdoor grills and everything. It's cheap as hell. I think the whole week was like $200 for the entire 7 days. It's dead center in the middle of 100 different trails you can go hit. They got room to park another vehicle, because last time we brought 2 dirt bikes and my Jeep last time, and we had room to work on stuff. We got to hang out there. We bought some fucking weed and gummy bears while we were in Colorado. We got high every day. We had a blast. We did night riding. The night ride was the most fun to me, because it was scary as shit, because you can't see anything, even with I get light bars and rock lights, and the night ride was so much fun, man. But yeah, anybody that wants to go, I'm trying to schedule it for the first week of March. My build will not be complete, of course, but we're going to start with a Rubicon, of course, anyway. And when I do upgraded axles and we're going to do the LS swap, then we'll just kind of sell stuff off to cover the cost of new stuff, partial cost. But we're throwing a set of Super Swamper Bogger 42.5s on 17-inch beadlocks with 0 inches of lift. So that's what we're going to do. We did 40s with no lift for Moab. I'm talking about no leveling kit, no spacers, no adapters, no gear change. We said we had stock gears in the Rubicon. We did nothing except for cut the hell out of the fenders and slapped a set of 40s on there, and we wheeled the shit out of it all over Moab. No problem. So this time we're going 42.5 boggers. I've never owned a set of boggers. I've always wanted to. So we're going with 42.5 boggers on 17-inch beadlocks. And we ain't changing a damn thing other than that. No level, no lift, no spacers, no adapters. We're not trussing the axles. We're not changing gear ratios. I'm going to show y'all what a bone stock ass Rubicon can do with just a fucking set of shoes on it. Because those 40s really impressed him. Man, they impressed the hell out of And I can get, you know, the boggers are like 500 a piece, so I'll be $2,000 in tires. About the same in wheels, because I'm going with some nice beadlock wheels, so I'll be about $4,000 in on wheels and tires. If anybody has a hookup on Interco tires on their super swampers, the boggers, if anybody gets any kind of discounts or anything, let me know, because Mike, man, I don't like buying used beadlocks, man, because people buy beadlocks for a reason, and I don't want beat up ass wheels, man. I like for my wheels to look good. I'm kind of petty like that. I don't know. If I find a good enough deal, but I've already got a company, Raceline wheels. They make beadlocks for like Baja trucks and stuff. A guy on Instagram, he hit me up. He's offered me a huge discount just to run their wheels. So those are the wheels I'm going to go with more than likely. Yeah. So I already know what I want. I just need, but now I need to know if I can find anybody that has better deals on the tires. And of course, we're going to do an audio system. We always do. That's the great thing about it. That's another thing about a Jeep Wrangler. You can be 39 years old with a banging ass audio system and not look retarded. Like if I threw a banging ass system in my F350, you know, people be like, dude, what the hell's that old dude doing banging going down the road with subs thumping and all kind of shit? You look silly at 39 years old. But in a Jeep, anybody in a Jeep, it just looks like you're there for the party, man. You take the top and the doors off, doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter what you're playing. Everybody's just like, oh, he's in a Jeep. He's got his fucking top and doors off. He's just here to party. I could be driving to work. It doesn't matter. But that's going to be our build for this year. And that was Christina's idea. I told her beginning of this year, I said, look, we got all this money put away. You can do whatever you want. If you don't want me to touch it, or if you, whatever. And she said, let's do a build for the channel. And she said, I know how much you love Jeeps. You know a little bit about them. She loves Jeeps too. So she said, let's do a build for the channel, just for content. So I know I'm not going to even come close to breaking even on, I'd have to get, you know, 1 million views of video consistently to, you know, make enough money to cover the cost of the build. That's not what I'm doing it for. But I am, of course, I'm going to do it to make a little bit of money. I mean, we made good money in 2019, man. I was very surprised that, you know, my 15 minutes of fame didn't fade out. You know, a lot of people have a viral video and they just kind of float away. I mean, that's the way it goes. People's attention span on the internet is so short that, you know, people just move on to the next thing. And, but fortunately for me, and thankfully, people still like listening to my dumbass talk for some reason. Hell, the truck that gave me the viral video, I haven't even owned that damn thing in 9 months. I mean, it's been gone. So I thought once that truck was gone, you know, everybody would just disappear with it. But let's go ahead and build something, man. So let's, usually I either buy stuff that's already built because it's cheaper that way, let's be honest. Buying something that somebody else already put all the time and money in is a significantly cheaper. But this time we're going to start like I did with my last one, because it's a proven method that I've already done one time. And boy, the people on the Jeep pages and the forums had so much hate for me, man, when I was doing it. First of all, I posted a picture with my Jeep bone stock Rubicon with a 40 sitting next to it that came up above the fender, up next to the hood. And I said, I'm doing this with no lift. And they're, oh, you're a fucking idiot. That's why they make lift kits, and you ain't gonna be able to do nothing. You're gonna rub. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing but drive down the road straight, and your transmission's gonna fall apart, and axles are gonna bend up. And I said, well, let's see. And we made it happen. We wheeled it for a week out in Moab. I trailered it out there just in case something broke. Well, nothing broke, so I drove it home. The two buddies that went with me, they drove because I was in my wife's Escalade pulling the trailer. I left the day before them in the Jeep, just drove it home from Moab all the way home, still dirty and everything. No problem at all. Thing took a beating. And but this time we're gonna drive it there on some brand new boggers. Well, we might trailer. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say we won't. We might trailer just because I want to take the F-350 on the trails too. So I want to take the old F-350 up Hell's Gate. So that's one of those obstacles that looks really hardcore on video. And don't get me wrong, it is. If you flip and you could hurt yourself and die and total something. But that rock out there grips like sandpaper, man. Like it's literally like sandpaper glued to the ground. If a tire can grab it, it's gonna pull all the rock out there. If you've never been to Moab, like you think, oh, rock crawling. No, it's carved over millions of years from wind and water. All these rocks are just carved, and the trails are well established. You see black tire marks on every trail. It's not like you're breaking new ground, but it's so grippy. You can go out there with stock street tires. As long as you can grip, you can go. The benefit to big tires is just bigger obstacles. There was one obstacle I couldn't do. We did a different trail 7 days a week, and there was one I couldn't do because I high centered. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe I could have done it. We're at the ATM right now, if y'all are wondering. Maybe I could have done it, but it was our first day, and I didn't want to snap an axle. That was my only fear. I didn't want to end my trip on day one, so we didn't put it in a bind. Get you some money. I got to get money to go pay a tab. I got to go pay for these tanks. I got to go pick up the diesel tanks that I had fixed. But yeah, that's the game plan. Is a Jeep build. Hydro assist or full hydro steering? Yes. Eventually this will turn into a non-daily driver, full build. It might take a year or two. You'll give me a minute. I can't let y'all see this. All right, I'll have to pay some bills. But appreciate it, Ahmed. Appreciate it, buddy. Man, I know y'all saw me go through some struggles last year, but I promise you that's not how my life is. Like, every year my life isn't just on the brink of destruction. Like, y'all just caught me in a really bad year, and y'all were like, oh man, he recovered so well and so happy to see his life's doing well. This is how my life normally is. Y'all just saw me on an abnormal part of my life. Like, that doesn't happen all the time. That was just a bad first 6 months of the year were just fucking shit. This is how my life normally is, you know. I'm all about family, kids, making money. That's it. Y'all could call Cindy. If I had my iPad with me, I would. All I got is my phone. Christina, you just getting on here? Christina used to be my #1 person on my live videos. She was always here to get rid of trolls and all that stuff. Now she just kind of pops up mid-video. I swear. Christina, you're just gonna have to rewatch the video, just like I tell all my fans. You ain't no different. You a fan too. So if you want to see the video, then you got to start it over. You gonna rewatch? You gonna rewatch it? You know you are. We were talking about, it's mostly about you. We were talking about you and how it's your idea about starting a build. And good job, Eddie. Good job on the wiring. That shit ain't easy. But we were talking about how it was your idea. So Christina said she wants to see them YouTube checks keep coming. So she don't want she don't want to lose that AdSense revenue. I don't blame her though. It's really came in clutch pretty good this year. Hell, yesterday I just got my Viral Hog money, which is the money from strictly just the Tundra video. Because I sold the rights to that video the day it happened, because I wasn't monetized on YouTube. I didn't know anything about it. I just upload the video to Facebook like I normally did back then before I did the YouTube thing. And I just wanted my friends to see it, and next thing you know, it's got 1 million views in like 30 minutes. So this guy calls me on my cell phone while I'm still driving to Texas. He says, "Hey, mate," in full Australian voice, "we want to talk to you about copyrighting your video and making money." And I said, "All right." I said, "What you got?" And he's like, "Well, we'll copyright it, and then we'll send you a check every month." I said, "Okay." I said, "What's this going to cost me?" He's like, "No, we're going to send you $100 through PayPal right now just to sign the paperwork, and then after that, we'll give you 60% of the cut. We keep 40." I'm like, well, hell, if it's only $100, I just paid for my car wash. I mean, that's what I was thinking. Sure, whatever. So they sent me the paperwork through email. It was a full contract. I had to do the e-signature, all that stuff. And then they said, "Okay, we'll take care of it." Well, they uploaded it to their YouTube channel, the Viral Hog channel. And after like 2 or 3 days, my Facebook video was still getting way more views. I think total, my Facebook video got 38 million views. So that's where it is right now. Just that Facebook video, 38 million views on Facebook. And that's not counting the people that have just screen recorded it and put it on their page, stuff like that. That's just on my page. In forward looking, if I get another video with 38 million views, that's about $60,000 in ad revenue. Like if I upload a video right now to YouTube that gets 38 million views, that's about 60 grand. So let's hope for a couple more. But anyway, to date, like from January until now, just that one video, because on YouTube I got like 7.5 million views on my, because as soon as I uploaded it to my channel, they immediately took the rights to that video as well, because they own the rights to anybody that posted. And then they also have it on their channel. Hang on, we're in a bit of traffic here. So they I've made $11,700 to date on that video, not counting they got their 40%, but 60% of the cut that I made was $11,700 and some change. And I just got a check for, well, they sent it PayPal. That came yesterday, which was for December, and that was $1,450 just for December. The month before was $1,700. The month before that was, I think, $900 and something. and that's strictly just that one video. Everything else I've done, all my pipeline videos, everything else, I own 100% of the rights to. So I get 100% of the money, besides, Google taking their cut off the views. But just last year off that, that's another $12,000. That's what we made off of YouTube last year. And I didn't even get monetized till April. So that's 8 months of the year. Man, I don't know if it's going to keep blowing up or not. Like, I don't know if it's going to keep growing or if we've kind of reached a plateau. I stressed about it for a little while. I was like, oh man, I need to keep making money. And I'm like, you know what? The people that do it strictly to make money, nobody wants to watch, man. You don't want to watch somebody that gets on there and they're just chasing a dollar. Of course, everybody that's on there likes to make money. Nobody wants to get on there and spend all that time doing what I'm doing now, talking to people, putting your life details out there, editing when that's required. But people that get on YouTube strictly to pay bills, like they don't have any other source of income, they're making a shit ton of money. It's obvious because they like to show off the stuff they buy with it. There's one channel, for example, I don't even watch because it's kind of annoying to me. And I know I'm not a hater at all. I figure if somebody can make a couple $1 million off YouTube, fucking right, man. Do it. That's Google money. Fucking make the money. And from what I just, Street Speed 717 or something, he's on Instagram. I follow him on Instagram. But literally every post he makes, new video is live. Like, he doesn't talk about anything on Instagram. Never post even a video clip or anything. He strictly wants you to click on that link so he can get paid. And I understand the guy probably came from nothing. I don't know if he came from a rich family or not, but I know he's made his money from YouTube. And I'm like, man, that's fucking awesome. But you're low-key kind of showing off. Like, you're like, oh man, look at my ZR1 and my McLaren, and look, I just went and bought a new Duramax, and oh man, it ain't no big deal, it ain't no thing. I'm like, man, that's great. I'm happy for you, but you're making it obvious that if this money were to cut off, like let's say your YouTube channel was gone, you'd be in big trouble, man. Like, you'd have the repo man there tomorrow. So, I mean, it's, like I said, I'm not a hater, not at all. But I don't like the people that hop on their channels and they immediately come on and they just come out of nowhere and they're like, hey guys, what's up? How's your day going? Man, I'm telling you, it is so awesome here. Hey Chad, what about you? Oh shit, yeah, bro, man, we're just doing our thing, man. I'm like, they get so, God, they turn into such fake people, man. Like, just keep doing just be yourself. People like watching that. Hell, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're laughing at me and they're like, this motherfucker here hops on YouTube from his damn phone. And just, I don't edit shit. I stutter a lot. I ramble on about things. I go from different conversations. I hop from one to the other. I feed the trolls every now and then. Sometimes I don't talk to them. Sometimes I enjoy it. I drive while I'm recording, which is highly illegal and probably pretty dangerous. I'm actually reading comments while I'm on a 4-lane interstate. Probably not a good idea. But it's raw footage, man. I keep it raw. I don't have to add up little boxes for you to click here, 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 and here. I don't have any swag. I don't have any apparel. I don't have any of that shit. So, but maybe that's why we only got 70 people watching. He gets, 1 million views a video, which I've been looking at that. I actually did go to his channel 2-3 days ago. I said, man, this guy's got some wicked ass shit, man. Like, he's got a lot of fucking cars. Got a really nice house. I think he just bought his wife a Lamborghini SUV, the Urus or whatever. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I gotta see how many views this guy's getting. You know, I hadn't seen in the past few months, I didn't see any videos with over 1 million views. Maybe one. Most of them are, you know, the 200,000 to 500,000-600,000 view. I didn't see any of them with like 1 million views. You know, it takes, to be able to make $1,000, you got to get almost 1 million views, like $1,000. So for him to buy, you know, a brand new Duramax, I don't know how much to say it's 60 grand, just to cover the cost of that is 50-60 million views just to pay for that. So I don't know if he's financing shit out of his ass or fuck, I don't know, man. I know he doesn't. I mean, he's selling sweatshirts and beanies and shit, that's cool, but that's a lot of overhead in that as well. It's not pure profit like it is just straight from YouTube. I don't know. I went and looked at his channel. I'm not seeing these 7-digit views like you would think. Investing his money, what, Bitcoin, man, that shit ain't moved anywhere in 2 years. I made a lot of money off Bitcoin 2 years ago, but it ain't went nowhere, man. Yeah, he does giveaways. That's cool. You know, I was wanting to make sure those giveaways were legit, so, you know, I looked at the guy that won that new Gladiator he's giving away, and it seems like a legit dude. So, the guy that went to Hawaii for the Ford GT, that's, I can't remember his name. The guy that wraps all his shit purple. The guy has all the purple cars. I can't remember him. I follow him too, but I can't remember. All right, am I going the right way here? I think I'm lost. Owe me in a Hellcat? Yes, I think he's a solid guy. I think he made a big mistake with the tax thing, but it looks like he's getting back on his feet. I knew he would. Just take time. But I'm glad to see he's back doing okay. Yeah, I knew it'd be just a matter of time for him. He's got too big of a following, man. Hey, you know, I don't think he intentionally tried to break the law with taxes, but the guy, you know, he made $100 million in like 2 years. You know, $100 million when you came from nothing. You came from the fucking streets, and you've grown up in a family with nothing, and all of a sudden you make $100 million, and somebody in the background is telling you, hey, you got to give half of that to the government for something that you don't understand and you don't care about. You have to give half of what you made. He did some illegal. He did the video streaming thing. It wasn't illegal, kinda. Not enough. I don't know. I ain't done enough research, but there was loopholes in the federal law because it was so outdated. The federal law didn't cover modern day streaming because it was so outdated. It was before any of this. So from what I understand, he found a loophole. They didn't like it, and that's why they came after him for tax evasion, which is just like you know, mobsters and shit. That's what they get him for, is tax evasion. But you know, the guy made $100 million in 2 years. Of course, I mean, he had, what do you have, 50, 60 cars? Like his whole driveway, his garage, out in the street, the cul-de-sac. He's got, you know, yeah, he's not cocky at all. Even when he was at his height, when he had all that stuff, you could tell he was proud of where he was and he was humbled by it, but he wasn't cocky about it. Maybe I just take the street speed thing. Maybe I just take it wrong. Maybe it hits me a little wrong. But he does come across as kind of a belittling cocky, like he likes to pretend like, you know, yeah, I'm better than you, but there's a reason why. And like, he doesn't understand, he doesn't tell how thankful he is to be making money off of uploading videos. So I don't know, maybe I could be wrong about him. We are in Jackson, Mississippi. This is there's a place, Novelty Machine Shop. They do all my repairs on my diesel tanks. Every time we buy a load of diesel tanks, usually 10 out of 100 need fixing because they were like customer returns or warranty. Well, normally dealers and stuff throw them damn things away. Me, I go get them fixed. It's a fucking weld that I think we lost service. Sorry guys, I guess my service is shit here. Alright, I feel like I passed.